Welcome back to Watchmen, the season finale, the moment we've all been waiting for.
Hello, Robert.
What are you up to? What are you doing? What the fuck is going on? I thought I had all my questions answered. What in the hell? Oh no. That's not what I expected. I'm very uncomfortable. See how they fly. So it seems like she's trying to get in with him with flattery, and she's never been one to flatter. I mean, she even said, like, she only really talks when it's necessary. She doesn't waste her breath on pointless things.
How do you decide, confirm where he is before I destroy him and take his power?
What?
Disappear the nukes.
Was she not working with Will to
all
stop
the things he
that?
should have
What?
done because I'm your daughter.
What? So that was...
It's impossible.
That's what the opening scene was?
Why?
What?
For what?
I'm sample 2346.
What the fuck?
And I will never call you daughter.
How much you want to bet that is not the case? What the fuck is going on? Like, I can only assume Lady Trieu is the one who sent that, but even if he was the one asking her, you know, save me, why would she do it if he didn't offer her anything?
Stop!
How did someone who only lives to serve develop a weapon? Goodbye. Well, that's that, I suppose.
Having a worthy adversary helped keep me sane.
Well, I guess that explains why he's not the peaceful person that he was meant to be.
Godspeed.
I actually feel bad for these clones. Like, what are they gonna do now? Wait, did he say 8 years? Wasn't it supposed to be 10 years? Save me, daughter. That's what he wrote?
Launch successful.
So he did call her daughter. No fucking way! He was the statue the whole time? Ah, dude, this show just keeps surprising me.
I'm your mother.
Okay, I guess you already knew. That is so weird. That is so weird.
It meant a lot to be acknowledged.
Did it? I feel like you don't give a
Especially
shit.
since you said you never would. You should change before we go.
So she is actually the villain?
What's wrong?
Right when I thought
wearing?
maybe not.
I thought these were...
So the Millennium Clock is how she plans on destroying Dr. Manhattan? It's not at all what I thought it was gonna do.
Let's roll out, shall we?
Whatever. The way he says that makes me think that Ozymandias is not on board with this plan, which I kind of wouldn't expect him to be. I would feel completely unsympathetic to kicking that little bitch out of his wheelchair. I'm just saying. Fuck you. God, I hate these people so much.
Stay cool.
I knew it! I fucking called that shit. Oh, that's gotta be really rough for Lori in particular.
Where is he?
He had all the power in the world.
We can do all the fingers, all your toes, then move on to your teeth. Like, how much do you want this to hurt, motherfucker?
Got 7 more left. Then I'm gonna start on your motherfucking teeth. Now.
See, she's like 100% on my page right here. Is torturing fucked up and very wrong? Yes. Guess how much I give a shit when it comes to white supremacists. Like, oh,
He made us say sorry. Over
there's
and
a
over
lot
again.
to say sorry for.
Sorry. Alleged sins of those who died decades before.
Oh, wait, alleged sins.
All we wanted
What?
was to out how to catch little boy Blue and get his brain hopping around.
And that's fucked up. And you think you're so cool wearing your
Where are
Dr.
you now,
Manhattan
Doc?
underpants. Like, get the fuck out of my face. I feel like I'm at a goddamn Trump rally. Jesus.
You look stupid in those panties.
I'm about to become the most powerful man alive.
He's been planning hers longer.
Come on,
Ah,
Angela.
Angela's hella smart.
You're gonna say whatever it takes to save your husband here. or I can have my guys put you down like the black bitch you are to spare you the misery.
Fuck is wrong with you? Whatever's about to happen, it's gonna work in Lady True's favor, just like Angela said. Not yours. Oh shit, did they all get teleported to Lady True? Just like Rorschach, actually.
Ah, shit. My dad.
No,
Kind of been looking forward to a reunion between these two.
the night is young.
Oh my god.
Thanks.
I mean, hey.
The site of the Greenwood Massacre of 1921.
We don't want to hear your little speech.
Too fucking bad.
Just fucking do it.
I want to hear the speech.
You're gonna kill us, right?
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course I am.
Like, I don't want her to kill Dr. Manhattan, but I approve of this decision. Oh shit. Well, I don't feel bad about anything that just happened there. Hello. Poor guy.
You think I need an audience for this? I don't.
She's kind of losing it.
Because I don't want to be alone
Oh,
when I die.
You have to stay.
man, this is fucked.
I'm in every moment. We were together. All at once.
Stop. I'm not trying to cry right now. Stop. Damn, dude.
Who seeks to attain the power of a god must be prevented at all costs from attaining it. But
True.
believe me,
Oh, shit. Ah, ow. Oh my god. Not a terrible plan, but I don't exactly see how that stops Lady True from getting her powers. Oh, unless it fucks up the machine too. Sorry. Well, I mean, it's kind of a victory, but not for Angela. I mean, she still lost her husband. Oh, and look who it is.
You take my pills.
Yeah, that was quite the trip.
That's why I became a cop. Then I realized there was a reason Bass Reeves hid his face. So I hid mine too.
Why is this making me so emotional too?
He told me you tried to save him, but this was the way it had to be.
This is goddamn
You
sad.
can't make an omelet without breaking a couple of eggs.
You can come home and stay if you want.
Finally found his
Just-
way back to his family.
For a couple of nights.
Oh, look at that.
Archie killed 3 million people, Adrian. You're under arrest.
Ha! That's funny. You got me for a moment.
Don't think she's
I'm
joking.
not joking.
You have the audacity of...
It's kind of waiting for it. So she survived. I feel like she could easily turn into a villain for season 2 if they ever decide to make one. It really does kind of feel like a new age now. All the secrets coming out, like there's no way things are gonna stay the same. Well, he mentioned eggs, and there's some eggs. Good time for an epiphany. Oh. Epiphany time?
So that's the thing you can do. Give someone your powers.
I suppose
What?
I could transfer.
Man, if this show ends with her basically becoming Dr. Manhattan, fuck yes. Ew. You better hope you get his powers, because if not, salmonella. Good choice for first song here. Don't you do that. Don't. Fucking A, dude. I'm a little torn on that ending, but god damn, that was a really, really good show. Holy shit, that was an experience. So, I'm a little torn on the finale, but overall, I think it was very good. I liked it quite a bit. For one, I'm very impressed that even after the last episode where I was like, okay, my questions are answered. I'm ready to go into this finale and just see how it all plays out. The show still threw a couple reveals at me that I just was not anticipating. Biggest one obviously being that Lady Trieu is fucking Ozymandias' daughter. But also, of course, that Dr. Manhattan actually did leave a plan behind for Angela to inherit his powers because he knew he was going to die. There was no way around that. Which I kind of figured, the way they played out the last 2 episodes. I'm like, he's gonna die. Like, I don't think there's any way around that. But I wasn't expecting him to transfer his powers over to Angela. That was pretty fucking awesome. That being said, I think it was kind of silly to not show her walk on water. Like, to give us the Inception ending of like, oh, did she do it? Did she not? I mean, it's so heavily implied that she will be able to that I'm like, I don't even know why they wasted a potential, like, really awesome final scene just to be like, I guess she'll have to potentially wait for a season 2 or just talk about it, you know, amongst your friends and everything. I feel like they should have just shown her walk on water. Like, it seems a little silly that they didn't. Oh, and another big reveal I almost forgot was that the statue of Ozymandias was him the whole fucking time. And that certainly explains why he said 8 years instead of 10 towards the beginning of the episode. And honestly, they tricked me pretty good by making me assume that Lady Trieu was the villain. Based on her mannerisms and her actions, I was like, I feel like she's gonna be like the endgame villain of this show. But then they kind of fooled me when she was saying, you know, I'm creating the world clock to save the world and everything. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe she really is actually here to help Dr. Manhattan and all this other stuff. Like, they fooled me. And in her head, I mean, she really was like saving the world. Although I do agree with Adrian where he's like, she's insanely narcissistic. Even if she has the right intentions going into it, it's only going to end with her wanting people to worship her like a god and bringing about destruction, which I think is absolutely true. Because yeah, someone who does want all the power of the god and is willing to do all these things to get it, they should be the last person to have it. And you could argue, you know, anyone would want that amount of power to be able to bring about the changes in the world that they deem are most worthy, or to make their own lives better, you know, for whatever reason. I feel like almost no one would turn down the power of being able to do pretty much anything. But that could also go to show that really nobody should have it then. And someone like Lady Trieu who's willing to do all of that to get it, yeah, that's not good. But I mean, what she wanted to do sounded like a good idea, you know? But they make a solid point. Dr. Manhattan, with all that power, he could have done so much more to help the world. He could have gotten rid of all of our air pollution. He could have brought about genuine equality. Or, you know, at least I think he could. With all the powers he has, I'm sure there's a way that that could be achieved. Like, there's just so many things you can do with all that power, and he never did any of that. And he had his reasons for not doing it as well. But, you know, it's definitely a conversation starter. And I like how Ozymandias was kind of the one to save the day. You know, it's what he's been wanting so desperately ever since he got to Europa. But I also like that Lori and Wade were like, you still have to answer for your crimes, man. You killed 3 million people. And while there's definitely the argument to be made that he did it to save the world, and in some ways, that's sort of true. But I would argue there's also many ways in which that is not true, and you still have to answer for that crime. And now they have undeniable proof of it, so good luck getting out of that one. I really like that the dipshit senator really wasn't a problem, like, at all. He was just a pawn in Lady Trieu's whole scheme, which I think you could make a solid argument that that's kind of what a lot of politicians do with their supporters. They're really the big dogs pulling all the strings. Meanwhile, the people who think that they are liberating this or that are really just pawns in the whole game. They're doing exactly what they're expected to do. And in the end, they don't get shit because of it. And I gotta say, as much as I don't like Lady Trieu, her speech to all the white supremacists was fucking great. Especially when they were like, oh, save this speech, just get it over with. You're gonna kill us, right? And she's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I wish she had given the speech though. Like, I feel like in a way, not giving the speech was caving to that demand of like, oh, I don't want to hear it, just kill me. I'm like, oh no, I want to make you listen. I don't know, maybe I'm just vindictive. God damn, the goodbye between Angela and Cal, or John, Dr. Manhattan, I don't really know what to call him. That was actually really sad. That fucking got me. And then after that, her conversation with her grandfather and how he came to be what he was and how his whole life was destroyed right at that very spot, like, that also really got me. It had quite a bit more emotional impact than I would have expected. I don't know why I didn't expect that though. So yeah, it was a very satisfying finale. I think in a couple ways, maybe a little anticlimactic. I suppose I just expected a teeny bit more in terms of the death of Dr. Manhattan. Not that it didn't satisfy. It just wasn't quite to the level that I guess I expected this show to go to. And again, I still feel like the ending, it should have just been her walking on water. I think that would have been a more solid, impactful way to go. Especially because now they're saying, you know, there's probably never going to be a season 2. I'm like, I would have liked to have seen that moment. And again, why tease something you know is happening? Like, no one will ever convince me that, no, she didn't get his powers. Like, that's clearly what happened. So show me her walking on water. Because again, I feel like it would have fit the theme of the show just a little better. Like, you start the show with the Tulsa Massacre, and then you end the show with a black woman becoming a literal god. Like, how would that not be a good choice to do? Like, I don't know. I really wish they would have shown her walk on water. That, to me, was a disappointment. I actually just saw a thumbnail for a video the other day saying why Watchmen was a complete failure, and now I'm definitely going to watch that video after I finish with this. Because I got to hear what complaints you really have about this. To me, it's like a solid 9.5 out of 10 for the show as a whole, because it's such a well done mystery. The action is badass, the story is really compelling, highly emotional, the acting is out of this world. Like, I really don't see how you couldn't love this show. So yeah, I gotta give that video a watch. Cinematography in this episode was absolutely stellar. You could tell they went all out for this last episode. Especially in terms of visual effects. There were a lot of really impressive visual effects in this episode. And even though it was such a sad moment, I think my favorite shot of the whole episode was actually the moment Angela gets like blasted back away from the containment cage. You just see like the ripples of energy like pushing her back. And then it's the slow motion of her face just heartbroken, not even caring like what's actually happening to her. She was good, man. I think they could have made the best visual of the whole episode be her walking on water, but, you know, broken record over here. Music in this episode was the best of the whole season, I think. I'm pretty sure I heard almost every single main theme that's been throughout the season used in this episode, sometimes in a different context than it was originally. It heightened the tension of certain moments, it heightened the emotional moments. It was fucking great, like... Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, you two deserve a round of applause, as well as really anyone who worked on this show, but goddamn, I loved the score of this show. Acting, I'm giving it to Regina King. She is so good. Like, not only does she play the anger and, as Will mentioned, like the fear and the hurt that they feel so frequently. How heartbroken she was watching Cal die. I'm just gonna call him Cal, I don't give a shit. But yeah, seeing how unbelievably destroyed she felt at that moment, and then again when she was talking to Will about it, man, she sold it. I credit her for why I cried in that moment, because fuck, man, she's really good. She better be getting, I mean, I know she's Regina King, like she's gotten a lot of really good roles, but I want to see her do even more. Give me a season 2 of this show. Put her in everything. I don't give a shit. Next Marvel movie, I better see Regina King. Editing and pacing. I would argue this episode was actually just a little bit too fast-paced. There was a lot of stuff that they went through, and I think that was partially why key moments felt just a little anticlimactic for me. Not majorly, it wasn't a disappointment. But I almost feel like this should have been maybe an hour and a half instead of like an hour and 10 minutes, I think it was. But besides that, I really like the structure, even though the first maybe like the first 15 minutes of the episode was a flashback technically. Actually didn't mind that because it set up exactly who we're dealing with as the main villain of the show, and gave me quite a few reveals that really shook me, so I didn't mind that at all, actually. Overall, I'm going to give this last episode, I'm going to give it a 9.2 out of 10. Again, I think it was fantastic, but I think there are a few things that could have made it just feel a bit more impactful. Like, there were plenty of very impactful moments, but I'm just going to say it again. Her walking on water would have really sold it for me. Like, that would have been the best final scene for this show. I'm happy to debate someone on that. I just think that that would have been like the perfect final image for this season. But yeah, that is it. I have completed my Watchmen journey. Thank you all so much for recommending this show to me so frequently. Because I'm trying to think. Because it was even before I started watching Lovecraft Country that a lot of people were like, you gotta watch Watchmen. Like, you gotta watch this shit. It's fucking amazing. But then after the amount of impact that Lovecraft Country had on me, specifically with the Tulsa Massacre episode, and people saying Watchmen deals heavily with similar themes and the Tulsa Massacre itself, I was like, okay, I'll watch it. Like, I gotta watch this. And I'm so happy I did, because fuck, man, like, this was really, really good. Like, this might be blasphemy to say, but I think this rivals the original Watchmen graphic novel in terms of amazing storytelling. It's truly some of the best TV I've ever seen. So thank you all for watching with me. I'm not 100% what my next series is that's going to replace this. That's a lie, I know what it is, but I want it to be a surprise. So I'll see you all in the next series. Thank you for watching, and that is about it.